Our next topic discussion on features of living organisms. So in that, respond to stimuli. Respond to stimuli. So on this topic we are discussing. So features of living organisms. First one is growth, reproduction, metabolism. These are all the features we have seen. The next feature is respond to stimuli. Okay, so see here, all the living organisms can sense their surroundings. All living organisms can sense their surroundings or environment and respond to external stimuli, which could be physical, chemical, and biological. See here, if you will see here, all the living organisms, from microscopic to macroscopic organism, every living organism can sense their surrounding environments. And more temperature, and more cold, more rainy, these all can sense. At that moment, those organisms respond to the environment. Those responses, for physical responses, respond to the environments. Those could be physical, for physical responses, chemical responses, and biological responses. What are physical responses? So when the temperature is more and more in environment, at that time, to protect their body from the huge temperature, they show adaptations. Chemical. So generally, living organisms from any one industry, harmful gases are released. Then we try to escape from that particular place to protect ourselves. That is chemical stimuli. And biological responses. So prey and predator relationship is biological response. If suddenly one tiger entered to our classroom, what will we do? Immediately we will try to escape. We will try to run from that particular place. In such a way, living things can respond to physical, chemical, and biological responses in the environment. So here, plants can respond. Plant shows number of responses to various factors. Plants respond to factors like water, temperature, light, in a variety of ways. Plants respond to various kinds of factors. Those factors may be water, temperature, light, in a variety of ways. In variety of ways, plants respond to the factors by increasing or decreasing transpiration. By increasing or decreasing transpiration. Increasing, decreasing. So by increasing and decreasing transpiration, transpiration means what? The process of evaporation of water from the leaf surface is called transpiration. So when more and more water is absorbed, it will evaporate through transpiration process. That is one kind of a process. Through that, plants respond to the factors by increasing and decreasing the transpiration. This is one thing. Next one, opening or closing of the stomata. Opening or closing of stomata by turgidity and So opening, closing of stomata. See, stomata, the leaf surface consists of like this way. Stomata, these are called stomata. Through stomata, transpiration occurs. According to the situation, these stomata are closed, open. Closed, closed, open. So opening and closing of stomata by turgidity. Turgidity. So when these stomata are filled with more water, turgidity means swelling. When more and more water is absorbed, then stomata becomes turgid, swelling. At the time, the stomata will be open. When the water scarcity occurs, so this stomata is closed by turgid, by swelling and wilting. Wilting means hang down, hang down, hang down. Okay, so if sufficient water is available, the stem becomes straight. If water is not available, so the stem bent, the leaf surface bent. So like this way, plants respond to the environmental factors in a varieties of ways, by increasing, decreasing, transpiration, opening, closing of stomata, by turgidity, swelling, and wilting. Prokaryotic organisms to eukaryotic organisms. Prokaryotes to eukaryotes. Every organism responded to the external stimuli. Every organism responded to external stimuli. Every organism is respond to external stimuli. The plants responded to the light. The plants respond to the light by photoperiodism. Photoperiodism. Two seasons by showing cyclic variations. Cyclic variations. Cyclic variations. Plants respond to light. Plants respond to light. Daylight, night light. That phenomenon is called photoperiodism. Photoperiodism. So two seasons, summer season, winter season, rainy season, showing various cyclic variations. For example, daylight is more, then ultimately night light is less in one season. Next, in one season, it is in one season. In one season, daylight is less, night light is more. It is one season. It is one season. In one season, daylight is neutral, night light is more. See, how many seasons? It is one season. It is one season. It is one season. So plants show respond to light by photoperiodism. Two seasons. It is one season. It is one season. It is one season. To the seasons by showing cyclic variations. So in this season, one type of a variations. Plant shows one type of a variations in flower giving pattern. In this one type of a variation. In this one type of a variation. What is that variation? Let's talk. When daylight is less, some species of plants will give flowers. When daylight is less and the night light is more, in these seasons only some species of plants gives flowers. Some species of plants, when daylight is more, night light is less. That means what? Summer season, they will give flowers. Some species of plants, when day night is neutral, not more, not less, normal. night light is more at that time. That is the rainy season. They will give flowers. So it is winter season. Okay, they will give flowers. So this is called seasonal variations. Is called photoperiodism. Plants respond to light by photoperiodism to show seasons by cyclic variations. Summer season, one type of cyclic variations. In winter and rainy seasons, one type of cyclic variations. Environmental variations. Environmentally, some changes happens. According to those changes, plants also show some cyclic variations. According to the environment, they process, they will respond and give flowers, fruits, seeds, etc. Okay, that's all. Here, human beings are the only organism. Human beings are the only organism who are aware of, are sense environmental stimuli. Not only environmental stimuli, but they are aware of themselves. That is self-consciousness. Among all the animals, human being only one animal that they are aware about their surroundings as well as aware about themselves. That is self-consciousness. Except human beings, any other animal don't have that much awareness. For example, about consciousness or awareness. About this one example I wanted to share with you. Yes. Here, buffaloes. A herd of cows or buffaloes are surviving in this place. From other place, one lion or tiger or any other animal reached to this place and attacked, hunt on one buffalo or cow. One buffalo or cow. Then what happened here? Remaining here 100 cows or buffaloes are there. From the 100 cows or buffaloes, one animal attacked by tiger. What happens? Remaining 99 buffaloes or cows with fear they will watch while they are ruminate. So whatever maybe the food they ate earlier, so they will bring back to the mouth and they will chew. Like this they will watch. They don't have consciousness. They have a consciousness, but they don't have self-consciousness. Up to now we are all together at one particular place, we survived. So suddenly from our batch, one animal is attacked by lion, so we have to go and fight with that lion. That kind of sense they don't have. That is called self-consciousness. Self-awareness they don't have. Simply they will watch like this they will go, like this they will go. With fear they will go back. They will go back, but no animal tried to protect another buffalo. This is one example. In the same situation, here 100 human beings are there. Here 100 human beings are there. 100 humans are there. From another place, from another state, from another district, one person came and tried to attack on one person. What we will do? What we will do? Will we see? Attack, come, attack this boy. Like that will we see? No. We 100 members together will go and attack on them. Hey, who are you? Where are you coming from? Why are you attacking our friend? If anything is there, come and sit. Speak. Or else go to the police station. There you speak. There you give a complaint. Who are you? How dare you attack on our dog? Our friend. Who will speak? Did you get self-awareness? What is the difference between self-awareness or self-consciousness or non-consciousness? Human beings are the only one organism who are not not only conscious about surroundings, not only aware about surroundings, but also aware about ourselves, they themselves, that is self-consciousness. Environmental consciousness as well as self-consciousness present in only human beings. External environmental conscious and self-conscious occurs on only one human beings. Except human beings, any other animal don't have self-consciousness, aware about who are near us, who are others. Okay, for example, bring one snake, daily you give milk. Though daily you are giving milk, one fine day it will attack on us. Bring a tiger, keep it in cage and daily provide food. You leave cage, it will attack on you only. That means what? They don't have self-consciousness. Consciousness is there. So consciousness is the defining property of all the organisms. Consciousness means what? Where they are there, where they are surviving. If suddenly temperature is more, they can respond. If suddenly cold, they will respond. Suddenly rain, they will respond. This response only. So just this kind of conscious only is there. Respond to stimuli only is there, but self-consciousness is not there. So the consciousness is the defining property of all the organisms. That means consciousness is there for all the organisms, but self-conscious not there, except human beings. Human beings have self-consciousness, aware about themselves, who are near us, who are far away. Okay, so I am staying here. All the students are sitting and reading. Suddenly, one of your friend came from another college from outside. They are trying to beat you. Will I see? Will I see? No, I will not see. First of all, I will hold their neck and I will keep them in room. I will call police. This is called self-awareness. But in the case of cow, buffalo, not only cow, buffalo, any animal in forest. If you observe National Geographical Channel or even nowadays Facebook also, such kind of videos we are getting. If you see, you may get it. Okay, so that is called respond to stimuli. Okay, diversity in the living world. See here, diversity. Differences in the living world or differences among living organisms in our world. That is what we see. There is a great diversity in nature. There is a great diversity of life in nature. In nature, there is a great diversity. There is a great diversity. There is a great diversity of life in nature. Okay, so great diversity in the nature means what? From one animal to another animal, from one human being to another human being, one species to another species. There are number of variations. That is called great diversity of life in nature. See here, around us, there is an enormous variety, enormous. Enormous variety of life is existing. Around us, there is an enormous variety in the life forms. Life forms means in the living organisms. So, for example, if we will take me only example, I have come from the Andhra Pradesh. My food habitats, my food style, your food style is different. You are adapted to eat roti, chapati. Who will eat? Use rice. First, second, third, 3 times who will eat rice only. 3 times means what? Morning, afternoon, evening, not one time only. First one time, if you will sit for lunch, rice. Third round with curd only. Rice, rice, rice. That is our food habit. If we will see you, we will eat roti or two roti, one chapati, little rice. In this only variations are there like that. Around us there is an enormous variety in the living forms, life forms. Okay, that's whatever maybe the organisms are existing today on our planet around us. These are all the plants or animals had been originated about 3 billion 3 billion 3 billion years ago. 3 billion years ago. 3 billions. Okay, whatever may be the organisms that are existing on our planet, which had been originated on our planet about 3 billion years ago. Among these 3 billion years ago, some are existing. Some are existence today. The rest have become extinct. Some are extinct. Some are preserved in the form of fossils somewhere else. Some of the organisms are preserved in the form of fossils. Some species of animals and plants are under the threat of extinction. Under the threat, in the dangerous zone. They were just in the last stage to extinct. That is the data. Out of these, some are existence today. The rest have become extinct. Some are preserved in the form of fossils. Some are under the threat of extinct. No one knows. Nobody knows that. How many species are living or have lived? How many species are? No one knows. No scientist knows exactly how many species are lived or have lived this condition. Exactly, no scientist knows that. So, a general estimation of that, extinct species 50 to 100 times more than the surviving species. Present day, how many species are surviving? Than them, extinct species population is more, 50 to 100% is more than the surviving animals. But a general estimation of extinct disappear species percentage is 50 to 100% is more than the surviving animals. If we will see here a general estimation of that, this data is collected by some environmental or ecological scientists. According to them, 5 to 30 million species only surviving. 5 to 30 million species are surviving on our planet in different places by showing various differences in their lives. So approximately 1.7 to 1 million species of living organisms recently have been classified and gave 1.7 to 1.8 million species of approximately, exactly we don't know, approximately about 1.7 to 1.8 million species recently have been classified and gave scientific names. See here, approximately 70% of the animal species are known to our surrounding scientists. We don't know. Very few dog, cat, or rat, tiger, lion, elephant, like this. Some animals only we know. But our scientists are known to them. From that 70%, more population belongs to insects. Insects group. Insects population is more. Insects population was approximately 22% of plants and fungal species. Fungal species are known to our scientists. Approximately 22% of plants and fungal species. Fungal species are known to our scientists. So these are all animals shows enormous diversity. Enormous diversity in their food habitat, living habitat, reproduction habitat, in every habitat. They are showing great variations, diversity, differences from one animal to another animal. Though we all belongs to terrestrial animals, snake, terrestrial animal. Aquatic also is there. We are terrestrial. Some other animals terrestrial. Though millions of species are terrestrial animals, but their habitats are different. Depends upon their body condition, they will show various kinds of habitats. So this is called diversity in the living world. Histology of classification. Histology, the process of classification. History of classification. Several elements. Our biological scientists, especially earlier scientists, ancient scientists, have made simple steps to classify the living organisms. They have observed very simple steps to classify the organisms. Their contributions now we will see. Contributions of scientists. Contributions of scientists. The first scientist, Aristotle. He is the Greek philosopher. He is the Greek philosopher, belongs to the 4th century. Belongs to the 4th century. He classified different kinds of plants and animals. Mainly he classified plants as herbs, shrubs, and trees. Aristotle. He is the father of biology. He classified the plants herbs. Herbs means what? Does not have woody stem. It will not grow more high. Just on the ground only, it will expand. Just it is a soil. Just like this, like this. Just there only they will grow. It will not have woody stem, long woody stem. Those are called herbs. Shrubs, they will have a little bit height. They will have a little bit height and will produce branches, side branches. These are called shrubs. Bushy appearance. Trees, they will grow more height, woody stem, and number of branches, etc. So, like that he classified. The plants which are growing on ground and spread, those are called herbs. Little bit of height growing, those are called shrubs. More height growing, those are called trees. Animals. Aquatic, terrestrial, aquatic, terrestrial, air. The animals which are growing in water, those animals are called aquatic animals. The animals which are growing on ground, land, those are called terrestrial animals. Some are grown in air. They fly and grow on tree branches. Like that, he classified. Okay, he is the father of biology, that is Aristotle. Next, second scientist, Charaka. Charaka is the scientist. He is the First century. It belongs to the first century. See, Charaka. He classified the different kinds of plants and animals. He classified the different kinds of plants and animals. About those different kinds of plants, nearly 320 plants, 200 animals classified, and he published about these plants in his book Charaka Samhita on Indian medicine. Charaka Samhita. Charaka Samhita. In his book, he published about these plants and animals. Third scientist, who is John Ray. John Ray. He is English naturalist. Belongs to the 17th century. He gave the term species. He gave the term species. The word, the term species, given by the John Ray. John Ray. And also, he gave the word key. He gave the classification. Key system of classification. Key system of classification. Key. Key means what? For example, one cockroach. Cockroach died. But the cockroach was completely decomposed. But some feathers, legs remaining there. By seeing them, we can say that it is a cockroach. Whatever the parts were not decomposed, those parts are called key. He introduced key system of classification. Key system of classification. For example, there is one dead body, but we can identify. By seeing parts of the body, we can say that he belongs to so and so. He belongs to gender, this gender, whether male gender or female gender or transgender. We can say that by seeing body parts. Those parts are called key, clue. By seeing those parts, we can identify. In the same way, so John Ray used key system of classification, especially by observing plant parts. He classified in his native of England in ancient time. But he gave two valuable keys for us. Species word, that is only we are following. Key, that is, this is also we are following. By seeing key features, we can say that the plant belongs to so and so. For example, one jasmine flower fallen here, dried. By seeing that, we can say that it belongs to jasmine. It belongs to jasmine flower or rose flower or whatever may be the flower. It was dried. By seeing that dried part, we can say that it belongs to that. So those parts are called key. Okay? Carolus Linnaeus. He is the father of taxonomy. He belongs to the 18th century. Carolus Linnaeus is the father of taxonomy. He belongs to the 18th century. He classified 5,900 species of plants. About these plants, he published in his book Species Plantarum. Species Plantarum. Species Plantarum. Species Plantarum. And 4,200 animals he classified. About these animals, he published in his book Systema Naturae. Systema Naturae. Systema Naturae. Okay, so like this way, earlier scientists have made some contributions to the classifying the living organisms. So this is the explanation about classification of earlier science.